Now we're going to deal with evaluating fractions, okay? All right, we dealt with evaluating integers, but what if you're evaluating fractions? Multiple steps. Let's say we evaluate a fraction where we have to subtract fractions. I have -6/5 minus a -2/3. Notice it's an A minus B form. So I'm going to rewrite this as -6/5. I'm right here. Change the -2 to a plus. And what's the opposite of -2/3? +2/3. Bam. You get there, you're great. But notice we're adding, subtracting fractions with different denominators. So we got to get a common denominator. Okay? All right? So before we go any further, I move over here to the right side. Lowest common denominator is the same as lowest common multiple. So to find the lowest common denominator, I'm going to find the lowest common multiple of the two denominators, 5 and 3. So I create a table over here. And I'm going to multiply the counting numbers times the denominator of 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. I'm looking for commonality. Here is the other denominator, 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. Look, you got to find a way to make this stuff fun. Sing a song, whatever. Dance while you're doing it. I don't care. But make it exciting. Notice we have 15 here and here. So the lowest common multiple is equal to the lowest common denominator, which is 15. Come back over here to this step. Okay? So notice I factor that -1 out, put it right here. And I'm going to take this first fraction and multiply it by 3/3. Why? Because if I multiply 3 times 5, I'm going to get that common denominator of 15. 3/3. Sometimes you can just say I'm pulling it from here, but it's 3/3 times 6/5. Now take the 2/3. What do I multiply 3 by to get 15? 5/5, or you say you're pulling it from here. So I write 5/5. This is really giant 1 because 5/5 is 1 and 3/3 is 1. So you write that out, okay? So I would write the -1 first. I would write 6/5 plus 2/3 first, and then I would write the giant 1 here and here. That's the order in which I would write it. Okay, let's get busy. Bring down the -1 here, where the arrow was pointing. And then I have numerator times numerator. When you're multiplying fractions, 3 times 6 is 18. And 3 times 5 is 15. We got 18/15 plus 2 times 5 is 10. And 3 times 5 is 15. So now we can add the fractions with the same denominator. Okay? So I'm not going to move the pointer because I don't want this thing to keep popping up because it keeps blocking your view. So I'm just going to explain it from here. We multiply -1 times 18/15 and we get -18/15 plus bring down to 10/15. When you're adding fractions, you keep the denominator 15 and you add the numerators. That's why you see -18 plus 10/15. Now, here, look at this one. Now we're adding integers in the numerator. We're adding 2 integers with different signs. Ask yourself, is it more negative or more positive? It's more negative. So I write negative over there. And then subtract. 18 minus 10 is 8. And then bring that denominator over. So you got -8/15. You see how we brought several rules in here. One problem, we got A minus B. We had to get a common denominator. Then we had to add fractions. And then we had to use the rules for adding integers with different signs, all in one problem. Practice it. Then we had to use least common multiple.